James at J.Mills Tuning here. We're back with another video. Things slowed down a little bit on this rainy day, so decided to take this car we have here that we built in-house. This one showed up to us as just a shell. Been setting for several years, probably 7-8 years. We have revived it. New motor, new trans, new fuel system, some new everything, turbo kit, the whole 9 yards. But just to get into things so you know what we got going on here, we're tuning it today. We're going to begin to tune it. We might finish it. We just got to see how it goes. This car's been down a long time, so don't know what kind of problems we will run into. But the motor is a H23 top to bottom, sleeved, Wiseco pistons, eagle rods, skunk 2 valve train, skunk 2 Pro 1 cams. The turbo manifold in the turbo was supplied by the customer. I am uncertain of what the turbo is, but everything else built in-house. We went through the trans, did the motor from top to bottom, and fuel system, front brakes, and here we are. Gonna tune it on pump gas and gate pressure for right this second and go from there. Damn, shit's already fucked up. Damn starter wire came off, it appears. Yeah, that would be our problem. Guys, that was a pull with no VTEC on. Just trying to see what our fuel curve is. Appears it needs to be straightened up pretty good. It's really rich on the big end. Alright, prior to this I did mess around with part throttle. I didn't really get into boost too much, maybe like a pound or two. And what I found here is this dotted line is our air fuel reference where we want to be near. We were rich the whole time, and then the farther it got up in the RPMs, the richer it got. But with no VTEC, we have made 298 for power and 271 for torque, and that was on 7.5 pounds. We're only shooting for 400 horsepower here. We can crack VTEC on probably and straighten the air fuels out and be right there at it, but we'll keep on trucking and see what we get. Back, we made some changes. Let's see what we got. Dang, she got some heat in her, more so than before, and things changed a little bit. We lost some boost and some power, some torque. For some reason it went richer in some places where I figured it would pull fuel out. So we seem to be making right around 5.8 to 6 psi. That's no VTEC turned on. And according to my fuel graph on the dyno chart, we need to just add a little fuel around 4,600 RPM, and we can set up VTEC and continue on. Alright, this was our last pull. Air fuels are on point. That's where I added a little bit. A little rich up here, but that is fine. We're gonna probably turn VTEC on around here, 45-ish. See if she likes it. Can't find neutral. It's fucking gear shifter. Alrighty, so we pretty much made the same power right then as we did with no VTEC. Around 6 grand. She just plummeted rich, and I think that robbed all our power from us. And we ain't making but 5 psi, so we have to turn that boost controller on. Ay, ay, ay. You can see here, we just plummeted rich. So we're gonna take care of that and move forward. My starter wire has fell off again. We got a no cranky situation. Bitch won't fall off again. Oh. Oh wow. Looks like it would have made more power with the VTEC turned off. But we're still rich. I'm gonna continue straightening up my air fuels, and then I guess what I'll do in the end is unplug the VTEC solenoid, do the same pull, and make sure VTEC's working. It appears to be, but maybe it ain't. I changed the VTEC activation RPM that time and got rid of the dip. I used to have it at 45-ish, 44, 45. Now I bumped it up to 5,000. We have a little dip. I'll probably bring it on up to about 52, see if it'll get rid of that dip. But I have tuned some 8 series stuff in the past. And what happens is, let me unplug this so you can hear me. I've had 8 series setups on the dyno in the past that customers put together, and the turbo manifolds were not adequate enough, and the car actually made more power with VTEC turned off. I don't think that would be the case with this ram horn, but who knows? Customer did supply the manifold and the turbo, and that was about it. The rest we've done. The motor's 88 millimeter, about 11 to 5 compression. She might not like that ram horn with a T3 flange and that small T3 turbine housing that's on the unknown turbo down there, but I guess we're just going to work with what we got. Now let me shut up, because that is only 5 pounds. And I'm very lenient on the timing right now because of the compression and using pump gas. So honestly, the numbers aren't too shabby. I'm worried about nothing. All right, that pull got us somewhere. Let's see, 313 horsepower. Let me clear some of these. Got a lean spot and a rich spot to fix. So leave us with our last 2. All right, so right when VTEC comes on, a little lean. And you can tell I've pulled some fuel out here from the blue run to the orange run. I need to continue to pull some out. And I have forgotten to kill the ignition and pull the plugs. Give me a good plug reading. I will try my best to remember to do that the next go around. But things are looking all right. We're almost, once we get the air fuel curve right, I'll turn that boost controller on. Make the power go up. So you can see the air fuels are getting better. Just need to get rid of this little spot. You can tell peak boost is definitely early, around 5 grand, and it drops off. I think we're gonna turn the boost controller on this next go around. y'all fall down? So yeah, my boost didn't go up like I intended it, so I let out a little early. Guess I'm gonna diagnose my boost controller and make sure it's working. So our power wire should be this gray one. Key's off right now. Might be hard for you to see. Got no light. This is the fuse box. Oh. Let's not try to get in the dark hole. Let's just pay attention to the power probe. So this prong right here should have a power right now. Not so much. I'm gonna hook that wire right there to a good power source and we'll be back. Alright guys, we have figured it out. I believe I've tapped that power wire into a good power source and let's test it. Oh, we got activation. We're good to go. So we'll put some heat back in this thing, and next pull will be with a little bit more boost, I hope. We'll go from there. Alright, we are ready. Boost didn't really go up. As you can see, boost went up, power went down. Got to find some answers, and I did let out early because I saw a cloud of smoke through the windshield. Nothing big or major, but with everything being new and we're responsible for it, I let out. No fluid on the dyno. Alright guys, I have found the problemo. We have a backdoor intercooler set up on here, and I don't know if you can see that. I don't want to stick my hand down there to point at it because the manifold's hot as shit, but there's a clamp blown off. So boost did go up, but next go around I'll have that fixed and I'll lower the duty cycle. We'll start the hell over on the boost controller end. And I don't know what the smoke was, so we'll just have to play it out, see what happens. Alright, we are back. The boost pipe is put back on. Hopefully it stays that way. Let's give this another shot. We've had a boost leak the whole time, guys. That's fucking wonderful. Alright, let me kill this, show you guys what's going on. Then I gotta turn VTEC back off and play catch up, because the fuel curve just changed drastically. Alright, so let's just do the last two pulls. Alright, so this leaves me the last two pulls. Let me trim it. Well, screw trim. Y'all just deal with the zigzags. Alright, so this is our boost graph. We just made 9 pounds. This last pull was with 50% on top of the 50% duty cycle on top of the gate. This go around was 40. See, we just jumped way up. Air fuels are way off. So I'm gonna turn VTEC back off, straighten up the non-VTEC map in boost, and then I'm gonna have to do the same when I turn VTEC back on. So let's start over. Our clamp still appears to be in the same spot. We'll be back, guys. All right, we're back. I think I got the fuel somewhat close. We got about double the PSI now with the boost controller barely turned on. Slippage there, guys. Felt it. I don't know if you heard it, but I felt it. And our power is way up. 379 horsepower at 9.48 psi. So I mean, the psi is reading on point, I guess, once you fix the boost leak. Speed. Alright, we gotta get some fuel out of it. Went pig rich, but it looks like that's all I really need to do. And then turn the boost controller up just a hair and we'll be where we need to be at power wise. See if I can't finish this up before I go home. Okay. we damn sure got more fuel out of it. We'll be back, guys. I'm gonna let it cool off. That RPM pickup still ain't doing good. Let's just get rid of torque for now so the graph can look somewhat normal. Alright, let's go back out here. Right when VTEC kicks in, I got a lean spot. Then there goes rich still. I've been taking that fuel out and it don't come out. Fuck. Slowly. But I did bump the boost up just a notch. That was 10 psi that time. For power, we saw 400.45. Oh snap. So we'll probably go about 11-12 pounds in the end, but I gotta get some fuel out of it before we can do that. Alright, so it was 400 horsepower, 300 foot-pounds of torque, at 10.9 pounds. VTEC activation needs a little bit more fuel than the rest of it. We need to take some out, just a hair. We can turn the boost up this next go around as well. Try and knock everything out in one go around. Clamp still on there. Thing looks good. Alright, boost went up. Power didn't really do that much, and it rolled over really hard up top, around 75. If I go any farther, I gotta figure out why. Alright guys, what we got going on here is that boost went up and power rolled over. I felt that. I didn't like it. The plugs still look good. I think what we've done here, I've upped the boost, I've upped the duty cycle on the boost controller so much that I know something's going on. I believe what we have is a case of a restrictive intercooler, and it's just building so much back pressure within the charge system that turning the boost up ain't helping us. It's hurting it. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to back the duty cycle back down and put it on gate pressure, and the customer's just going to have to take it like that for now until we work these issues out. The intercooler he supplied isn't going to cut it for this job. It fits on the car really well. It just, you can't see it. It's small. It's small. We may do with what he had. I don't think it's going to work. So let me pull all the duty out of the boost controller and we'll be back. Pull these plugs again, but first show you what I done. That time I pulled all the duty out of the boost controller and that was just gate. So this is our boost curve, 7.2. To make this red boost graph, it's kind of underneath this box, but you see it goes up here. That made pretty much 13 psi. That was a lot of duty cycle on top of the gate just to get that. What we got going on is like I said, the intercooler is very restrictive. So when we up the boost or up the duty cycle, it ups the boost, but we're not getting much power output out of it because what's going on is we can't monitor the PSI on the hot side before the intercooler core. I guarantee you we're not seeing 7 pounds there. We're seeing probably well over 15 to 20, and that is what's hurting us. So with that being said, I'm just gonna have to leave it turned down. Unfortunately, the customer hasn't had this car on the road driving in at least 7 years, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna be happy with the 370 or 380 versus nothing. So, but car ain't really had no bugs other than this. We just gotta figure that out. Intercooler's gonna have to go bigger in the future. And I was more worried about the manifold and the wastegate with boost creep. I was wrong. Okay guys, we're out of here. This thing is done. Let's turn her off. Oh, but for the GoPro camera battery dies, let me show you what's going on. Last pull, 397. 288 torque. That was on 9 psi, and we had to turn it down. This was prior to that pull. Power fell off real hard. Intercooler is very restrictive, so customer's gonna have to go back to the drawing board and figure out an intercooler situation, and then we can try again. Turn her ass up. See you next time, guys.